Outside their 10. They'll play it there through O'Hara. McClendon getting into dummy half early on before Wolford takes over the job as Payton took it forward up towards the 20. Then it's Darren Mapp, one-time Brisbane Bronco, who's been here in Canberra now for his second season. Terry Martin, who was going to be the starting lock forward, shifts into the second row. He's been terrific value for the Raiders over the last couple of years. Here's Payton. 15 shot of the halfway line as Wolford gets the kicking done from dummy half this time. He picks out Webb, who once again is playing in that fullback position as he did last week, with Cleary moving closer to the action. And he is the man earmarked to take over the fullback role from Ivan Cleary, who will be leaving the Warriors at the end of the season.
And he's an exciting player, Warren, and one of the things that the Raiders must do well here tonight is their kick chase team. Last week he was instrumental in the victory over Parramatta, and certainly was a danger every time he touched the football.
Let's score, don't stop short here.
CU has it in Raiders territory. Goes to Jones, across the face to Owen Guttenbeil. It comes to Cleary, set upon pretty quickly. Last tackle now for the Warriors. Comes away from PJ Marsh, and they put it high in the air. Jones launched it. Standing underneath it is Asbach. Didn't get a clean go at it. In fact, it came off the Warriors, knocked forward.
Inside here.
And it will be the Raiders who have it just inside their own 20.
And that'll be a tactic all night, I'm sure, in this field position on last tackle. The Warriors, McClendon hasn't played a lot at fullback. Asbach only in his second game. Maybe two key players that the Warriors are looking to try and exploit.
Yeah, the two forward packs really enjoying these opening exchanges as Todd Payton moves into a nice shot from Mark Tukey.
That's three. Wait, Arlen.
Plays it back to Wolford. Comes through the hands of Finch. Away to Ruben Wiki. Got past the initial tackle there of Clinton Torpey. They picked him up as he got to the 40. Now they work it down the short side again. Here's Monaghan playing it right centre now with Asbach outside him. Here's Finch going from dummy half. Gives it to the rookie Asbach. He flicks it out the back. It comes back to Finch. Still the last tackle. And the halfback will grab it for the sideline. It won't find it. Picked up by Webb. He tries to push away from Finch. It's an enterprising play down the blind side from the Raiders.
No good, Ruben.
Ruben Wiki penalised for flopping in. Second man into the tackle.
Already the Warriors are going to sleep on last tackle, expecting the Raiders to kick. Finch out of dummy half. He's been extremely dangerous over the last few weeks. He is leaving the club, of course, in the next year. But he's looking to finish as well as he possibly can. Just giving away a penalty there.
Yep.
Jones will find the line, just short of the halfway line. There you see Wiki just flopping in at the end, which is the cause for the penalty. Tukey now takes it across the mid-stripe. He'll play it back to Marsh. Campion standing at close range, got it on to CU.
That's two.
Hit by some bumping defence in the form of Wiki and Martin. They come back to the left, and Campion again. Just tries to put a little shuffle on. He stopped at the Raiders' 30-metre line. Marsh looking for a fast play the ball. Gives it to Jones. A flat, short ball to Tukey. Raiders defence up very quickly into his face, and they stopped him easily. Jones comes to Cleary. He had Guttenbeil outside him. Gets up, goes again. Play on once again, says Richards. No, he doesn't.
Call it in here. We'll have the scrum, fellas. No. Reasonable time.
A little bit of frustration emerging already from the players.
Wolford comes to Finch, and here's O'Hara, who runs at Campion.
Clear, Mark is up.
They'll come up with a dominant tackle, just metres away from the line. They slow it down as Wolford gets in the dummy half. They spread wide. Comes through the hands there of Michael Monaghan. He gives it back to McClendon. Phil Graham looking for support, running across the face of the Warriors' defence before he straightens and almost gets there. Stopped only just by Lower Titi. Wolford turning it back for Payton, who crashes over for the Raiders. It's Canberra who'll play from in front tonight. They lead the Warriors 4 points to 0.
And great work by the Raiders, getting consecutive penalties. Not worrying about going for the 2 points. They realise they must score a lot of points here tonight if they're to beat this Warriors outfit. Looking to attack. And then the nice cross play from Wolford. Straight on to Payton, and Payton powers over the top of a couple of the Warriors defenders to score.
Yeah, the big man was just too big and too strong, too close to the line. A couple of defenders being strained here in Campion. Marsh and 5'8", Brent Webb.
It's just a great bit of work there by Wolford. It's an old play that they've used over the seasons.
Phil Graham with the kicking duties, with Clinton Schafowski, of course, out of the side. He sticks it across the black dot. It's a handy 6-0 lead. The Raiders will play with early on here after 10 minutes at Canberra Stadium. Ivan Cleary it is, who once again will get us underway. A deep one into the in-goal area on the full as Finch gives it to McClendon, and they work it across to Todd Payton.
Marcus, stand. Hold.
Showing some confidence inside their own 20 from the kickoff as Michael Monaghan gives an awkward pass to Terry Martin, who handled it well. McClendon goes from the dummy half position. Here's a danger. PJ Marsh-like from that position. Wolford comes to Finch. He hops back to the short side. Through the gap once again. Looks dangerous tonight. Here's Wolford. After the fast play, the ball going from dummy half. A lovely pass from McClendon. Back to Finch. It comes to Joel Monaghan. He throws it wide. Over the top it goes to Lalessi. They recover the Warriors to stop him, but not in time. He got across the line. What a terrific try for Canberra. They're on fire here, and they lead 10 points to 0.
And they've really exploited the middle of the ruck of this New Zealand side. They are big. They haven't had too much possession. The Raiders have controlled things quite well, and it's been their little men, Wolfords, McClendons and Finch out of dummy half, which has really caused them problems. The little interchanges of passing, the cross plays, and Wolford again up the centre, and the cavalry was coming. Great work by Finch and Monaghan to link, and then a wonderful pass to Lalessi. You thought Lalessi was going to probably come back inside, but he backed his ability to get on the outside of Ivan Cleary and take him across the line to score a wonderful try.
Yes, incisive work there from Finch initially, then on to Wolford, and the support was there in bunches. A nice long ball. Probably looked like he took the wrong option with the cutout pass, but Alessi was certainly smart. Brushed a few defenders and managed to get the ball down. Nice try. That's two in the space of, what, 2 minutes?
Good strike from wide out, but it won't curl back enough. It's rare you see a kicker get the sack. They play it back to Wolford. Got them going with that terrific run, and Finch also made the bust. Here's another bust from Ruben Wiki straight down the middle of the park. He brushed away from Webb. He's still going. They can't stop him. Basketball pass over the top to Michael Monaghan. Oh, somebody get the fire extinguisher.
The Raiders are absolutely on fire here tonight. You wouldn't think this was the same side that ran around last Saturday night against the North Queensland Cowboys. Ruben Wiki, playing against some of his fellow countrymen, has pulled out an absolute blinder of a run. And the Raiders picking out the smaller man in PJ Marsh, straight over the top Ruben Wiki. The support was coming, straight over the top of Brent Webb. Carlaw does his best, and great hands, the basketball type pass. Monaghan backing up, and the Raiders, they're on fire here.
Well, Ruben Wiki is one of the old stages of the football team. Been playing particularly well the last few weeks. They've thrown him into the second row. Barnstorming run. Was looking here for an option. Wasn't exactly sure what to do. Basketball over the top. Great finish from Monaghan. The Raiders are on fire.
Joel Monaghan, just as quickly as he got the kicking duties, has been sacked, and it's back to Phil Graham. It's musical chairs. The kick is across the face of the post, but the Raiders lead 14 points to 0. They're just 30 metres away now from the Raiders line. Can they get something going here? Swan is out there, standing in the tackle, offloading. Always a danger in that regard. Anderson playing it from Cleary. It comes to Jones. He picks up Brent Webb. He bypasses lower TD. Comes to Clinton Torpey. What an athlete he is. And there is the first try of the night for the Warriors.
That looked too easy there by the Warriors. The Raiders, they looked as though they numbered up correctly. And they were shifting across, and they weren't worried about Tupy with the footy. He's an excitement machine, this kid. He scored 13 tries. This will take him to 14. They love this second man play, the Warriors. Monaghan just getting a bit of footwork put on him in between Monaghan and Ashbrook. Good try there from Torpey.
Yes, good movement there, sweeping the ball behind the players with the dummy runners coming through. Really should have been handled in the end. Just done up for pace, young Monaghan.
Ivan Cleary with the conversion attempt. One of the best kickers in the NRL. A tough one, though, to start his affair tonight. It's a pretty good, though, curling to the left. Has it got the legs? Has it what? And it brings up 1,300 career points for Ivan Cleary as the Raiders now lead 16 points to 6. See you. Prowls the sideline, wanting to get back into the action. Marsh comes to Torpy, now Cleary. Across the face of them he went to Carlaw. The Raiders defensive line just holding their ground, nobody rushing up, leaving a gap. And they stop them at the 40 where Jones grubbers in behind them. Got a terrific bounce for himself. A banana kick out to the right-hand side. Anderson is there, will reach out and score a great try for the New Zealand Warriors. 2 kicks in the one play from Stacey Jones, and they're back within 6.
And that's why he's such a quality player, Stacey Jones. A little grubber on the last tackle. The Raiders expecting maybe a high ball, a kick out to the wing. He kicked it out to the wing, but it was a second kick. Geez, this is good play. The bounce straight to him. He's got the vision. He knows that Anderson's unchecked out there. Lovely bounce, too big and strong for Lilesi, and plants the ball near the line.
Yes, once Jones had breached the defensive line with his kick, support defenders came in from the right wing, and there was nobody covering the New Zealand Warrior winger, and in for a nice try.
A couple of simple mistakes by the Raiders have given the Warriors good field position. Here's the kick from Cleary. It is letter perfect again. Just like that, 2 tries have been converted by them on the scrum win. Motu Tony comes wider still to Clinton Torpy. He'll pick up a double. And we are all tied up here in Canberra.
Just check the grounding, Wardy.
They want to take a look at it to make sure that Clinton Torpy has scored here. And it's Canberra 16, the Warriors 16 as soon as the green lights come through.
Well, you'd think you'd learn by your first mistake. When Torpy got the football, or he scored his first try here tonight, he showed a tremendous amount of speed to get in behind Asbach and Monahan. And that time Asbach just giving him too much space. It was only a few metres, but this kid is lightning.
Not the way you want to finish your half.
There it is. Green lights from video referee Chris Ward. Looking to add to his own personal tally and put the Warriors in front. And that's exactly what he's done. What a kick again from Ivan Cleary. See you. Takes it up. Have they got one last play for us here before the break? They might spread it wide or even try a little one over the top. Villasanti coming at them quickly. He'll play it. Wiki and Thompson stopping him. The siren going off just a fraction before we had time up on the clock. There it is at half-time. It's the Warriors who lead the Raiders 18 points to 16 here in Canberra. The kickoff comes down to Logan Swan, who took an awkward one pretty well in the end. They play it back to Goodenbeer. Here's Villasanti. Takes it up towards the Warriors 30. Just the 2 points in it. Now see you. It's brought down at the 40-metre line. A good tackle made down low by Rutgerson with the help of Wiki over the top. Lower Titi. It's looked dangerous a couple of times towards the break. He was to penetrate that Canberra line. Goodenbeer now. Comes back to March. Jones will kick. This time full field position as opposed to the 2 attacking ones he put in for the Vinnie Anderson try and the one movement. What a movement it was. Well, McClendon forces the pass here to Lilesi. He's stopped and now driven backwards by Villasanti and Jones. Only just hung onto the ball as well. McClendon. He's back awkwardly in the tackle. It's Darren Mack. He'll play it. The Raiders 20-metre line. In fact, it's Darren Porter out there now in 18 who got the knock in the tackle. Thompson will play it. Back to Finch. Going from dummy half. Grubbering. Got a tap and was tripped. And they'll get a penalty, the Raiders.
Wardy.
Take a look at it here as he comes to the line. Villasanti put out the leg and got him, no doubt about it.
He did move into his way, more so with the shoulder. He's pushed him out of the road.
No.
Wolford hitting the dummy half quickly, looking for an option. He found a pretty good one. Ruben Wiki on the rampage again. Now they come back to the open side. Finch goes to McClendon. He turns it back for Rutchison. He takes it towards the post, and he's only about 13 away from the Warriors line. Back to the right-hand side. Finch is there. There's Thompson with him, searching for an opening. Stopped by Guttenbeil. 2 tackles left. Wolford goes from dummy half. Comes to McClendon. A flick pass for Tongue. He stopped a couple of metres away. Last tackle. Wolford feeds it for McClendon. They look for 6 more tackles here. It comes to Porter. He threw a pass. It came back to Phil Graham. That was magic stuff. The pass was okay, and the Raiders hit the lead once again.
The Warriors, they did sensationally well to hold on, and the last tackle, they did not stop the ball carrier, Darren Porter. And it was well constructed set of 6. The Raiders, they really hammered the left-hand edge of the Warriors. Marsh and Stacey Jones are defending together on that side of the field. Wiki's having a field day running at them.
Did it pretty well, but it will curl away with that natural bend. The Raiders are trailing by 2 at the break, lead by 2. It's 20 points to 18. Hayden will play it. He's 30 away from this Warriors line as Wolford fires a pass to McClendon. Comes to O'Hara, met front on by Tukey. Wolford looking for options. Goes to Finch. Been very good tonight. So is Wiki. Hit the line at speed. Jones was there with the help of Torpy to stop him. It might have hurt Wiki, in fact. You hear the contact coming through the microphone. Here is McClendon showing it one way. Going past Monahan. He comes to Terry Martin. Here he wraps him up at the Warriors 10. Michael Monahan to Wolford. You can see a little gap, but it closed. Great scything tackle made by Campion. Monahan to McClendon. Now Joel Monahan putting it on the toe, and Asbach has reached out and scored for the Raiders. Stephen Richards doesn't even look at it. He says that's a try, and they've opened up a nice gap here. It's 26 points to 18.
And Joel Monahan is quite tall, and his arms outstretched. The ability to, on last tackle, to put the ball through. Finch, lovely hands, a short side, and Monahan chasing through, and Asbach, sorry. He and Monahan are both around the 6'3", 6'4" mark. Tall players, and that's a great bit of work. They are 8 points in front. If they were to get to 10, it'd be psychologically a good lead.
Graham, another good strike, which wasn't all that far off the mark. So it stays at 26 points to 18. Jones goes past the decoy runners. Cleary gives it on to Lauatini, has the big arm out, kept fending them off and crashes across the line for the Warriors. They've hit back, they trail by 4. Has the momentum switched once again?
Well, he has been the danger player for the Warriors all season. That time in the right field position, and the Raiders really hanging off as far as their defensive line was concerned. They had to really attack Lartini. He got tremendous feet, but it came about with the turnover. Wolford trying to force the ball, Finch trying to pick it up. Probably would have been better off to try and dive on it. And this guy here, Torpy, what lovely hands, plenty of speed. The desperation was there from the Raiders. And from here, they move up and then they hold their line. They just give Latiti the ability to work one-on-one. He can drag in the defenders, and he's got the ability with that left arm to offload.
As Cleary converts it, and we've got a 2-point ball game inside the final 10. As the Raiders hanging on grimly, 26-24 over the Warriors. What a finish we've got for you in this second game on Super Saturday. Earlier this afternoon, it was the Panthers who upset the Storm. Lauatiti straight through them again. Comes to McClendon, through the defence, down back to Kenton Torpy. A try-saving tackle by Graham, put on the toe, off the post, picked up by Brent Graham, and the Warriors have scored to hit the lead.
Yeah. I Want to check if it's onside, then we've got to try. The last kick just before here, it's come off the Warriors player. The onside here, otherwise we've got the penalty for this bloke.
Well, the sleeping giant has awoken, Ali Latidi, and the Warriors shifting the ball from the kickoff.
Yeah,
tremendous work by Graham. Tooby just throwing the ball.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
offside. I've got to say, I think this could be a penalty try.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I think he's onside, and I think it will be a try, in fact. There's certainly not a lot in it, but otherwise there would be a penalty. Certainly Finch impeded the player without the ball.
There it is. And there weren't too many Raiders at home. Motu Tony was certainly going to have a play on it. And we'll see what Chris Ward makes of the play. He says it's a ref's call, and Stephen Richards says it's a try. Well, they've got, I'm sure, the ultimate conclusion right as Cleary adds the extra 2. As the Warriors hit the lead here with just under 8 left. Comes to Finch. Goes a long one in turn to Ruben Wiki. Was almost one-on-one with Jones there for a moment. He gave it to Monahan, stepping out of tackles. Still going, inching toward the 30-metre line of the Warriors. Wolford will come to Finch. Last tackle option. He goes high to the air, putting some pressure on John Carlo, who certainly can lead, but he knocked it on. He put it down cold, and the Raiders will get a golden chance here to tie this game up.
Uh-oh, under pressure, Carlo has fumbled the football, and this is the Raiders' best chance. With 3 minutes to go, they're in great field position.
Justin Morgan watching on with time blown off by Stephen Richards.
We've got time out, so don't rush it.
The Warriors taking a long time to get to the scrum. Finch feeds it and works it. McClendon off the right foot, straight through them. As simple as that. The Raiders lock it up at 30 points all with the kick to come.
Well, that's what he needed to do, McClendon. The ground is very slippery. He's got tremendous footwork. And the bench, they're happy. They can't go to sleep, though. There's still 2.5 minutes. That is a great bit of work. And that's why this kid was regarded a few seasons ago as one of the best players in the NRL competition. Just running the football, a one-on-one, bang off his right foot step. And to get the Raiders 30 all, kick to come from underneath the sticks.
Well, with the game so tight, you're always looking for somebody of McClendon's ilk, and certainly he had what it took there on that occasion. As you say, a big right foot. Owen Guttenbill tried to come across and cover from the scrum, wasn't able to get there, and the Canberra supporters are certainly pleased with that.
Phil Graham hasn't had a great night with the boot as far as the success rate, but he has had some difficult ones. His most simple kick of the evening puts the Raiders in front. What an amazing game here. It's 32 points to 30. There is time for the Warriors. Lauatiti is back out there, and we see the same play we saw for the Warriors to hit the lead. Here's Tony. He'll play it just outside his own 20. Here is Ali taking them on. They got there in numbers. Amongst them was Wiki again. Campion gives it to Jones. A little chip over the top. Hands, it came off the Raiders. Not forwards. Not so according to Stephen Richards. And that will do it. Walford to Lalessi. 9 seconds left. Lalessi still going. They can't stop him. Eventually they do. He'll play it there. There's a penalty to the Raiders. And that will do it tonight here in Canberra. What an upset. 11th versus 4th. And the Raiders have beaten the Warriors. Ruben Wiki deserves a try and gets one. Let the party begin. The dancing is on, and they love it here in Canberra.
Well, that is a tremendous victory for the Canberra Raiders. Last weekend, they were very ordinary, to say the least. And tonight, they said before the game they were playing with plenty of pride. They have shown us that they've still got pride in that green jersey. The crowd have certainly got behind them, and that is a fantastic victory for this side.
Everybody here, I think Laurie really enjoyed themselves tonight. Good, tough, hard, solid football. The game certainly swung through the halves, but certainly Canberra were extremely strong to finish tonight. Full credit, of course, to the Warriors for their valiant comeback, but not to be denied the Raiders tonight.
And here it is again, the final play. As we said, Ruben Wiki has done everything tonight for the Raiders. And you reckon he didn't love it as well. And what about this? Simon Walford is going to have the conversion attempt. And what do you know? He kicked it. I've seen everything now. It's 38 points to 30 at full time. The Raiders have beaten the Warriors.